What's up, guys? Subzero here, back for another VOD review. Today, we got something fun. This is actually a game that I just played a little bit earlier today. It was kind of a crazy game, and I thought, okay, I have to VOD review it. It's not entirely, I mean, I was the one piloting, but I also had Demacian Raptor in call yapping to me, which, like, honestly, if it didn't have him in call, I probably wouldn't have even gone down some of the, I'll talk about some of the decisions in this game, but some of the stuff I definitely would not have done. Some of the stuff he discouraged me from doing, but it kind of worked out geniusly. So, it was a collaborative experience, so that was fun. In any case, we start off here with Poppy pair, Vi pair. We kind of got it all. The main thing we need is actual backline in this spot. We have no damage here, so I'm definitely down to buy the Poppy too. I want to buy the Seraphine here. And just because, I need a unit that does damage, and it actually seems pretty likely that I'm going to be playing some kind of just AP opener here. We get the Morgana pair, and we hold on to this. I think Raptor was yapping at me I think he was saying that you would never hold Echo in this spot, that you would just buy the Vi here over the Echo, because we're not going to play Street Demon opener with Morg pair and all this kind of stuff, which, honestly, probably fair point. We probably should have bought the this. All right, first augment here. It's a bit weird. It's never gonna be not today. Pyromaniac, it's not amazing in our spot. Two trick, we do have tier, like we have a great start to take Cower Weaklings, but I don't love this augment in general. I just don't personally love Cower Weaklings. I just don't like playing Vigor Reroll that much. I think this comp oftentimes caps out as like a 4th and has a very high chance of going 8th. So, when you get I know we did the VOD review from Solo Gasong. Most of the games I saw him play, I don't think he played a single Cower Weaklings game. Maybe if you have new high score here, you take it. But yeah, I don't really want to take that. I don't love Two Trick that much, but honestly, I think maybe I underrate Two Trick a little bit. And then we roll into Tower Defense here. And I was leading Pyromaniac, and Demacian Raptor was like, just take Tower Defense, man. Pyromaniac, not that good. And we grab it, and we get kind of something interesting here. We get Bastion +1, which not very standard, I would say. Not something that normally you're that excited to play around. Just there's no like 6 Bastion comp that you're really hyped for. And so yeah, I get this, and I'm honestly like, what are we gonna do this game? I actually have no clue here. We do get the full Bastion package in this spot, which is very nice. Now we have the Jax 2, the Poppy 2, and then next round we can put the Shyvana in and get 4 Bastion, so that at least feels good. But yeah, it is kind of like okay, like what do you actually play with 6 Bastion? We kind of like talked through some different ideas. You can play 6 Bastion plus Vex. You could actually, Demacian Raptor is a big fan of Elise as a carry, and you can certainly go 6 Bastion and then Elise, and Elise is a unit that she's constantly doing these the little like flat shred onto the enemy, and so playing for Elise, playing for long fights with Archangel actually makes a lot of sense. Now here's where the game starts to get a bit more interesting. We amass 6 poppies to start off the game, and so we actually do have the possibility of a few different things. One, we could actually play some kind of weird reroll comp where we could roll for Poppy 3, we could roll for Jax 2, we could roll for Morgana 3, which would be a crazy line, but I don't think is, I think it could actually work if we high roll on the Morganas. 2, we can just hold the Poppy for now and think about just going for Poppy 3 on her own, which is, another option. And then 3, we could sell the Poppies and say, who cares about Poppy? I opt to go more of a, I guess we'll see, but I don't go for the sell Poppies route. I don't have Carousel here. I want to pick up a Declaw here. I scout the lobby and realize like this is a pretty AP heavy lobby, and in general we're in a pretty AP heavy meta, so it makes a lot of sense to just hold on to this, grab the Galio here, and can just play this over the Shiv for now. And this is actually the point where you have to make the decision, do you want to sell Poppy or not? Because if we sell Poppies here, we can make 20 gold here. If we don't sell Poppies, we don't make 20 gold here. And I say, you know what? We're playing Bastion +1. We're gonna play 6 Bastion this game, like 100%. You might as well actually hold on to these Poppies, because a random Poppy 3, with some items is gonna tempo you through the mid game, and then also late game. Worst case, you throw like a TG onto her or something, and she's fine. And we do pick up another Poppy here, so now we are 8 Poppies naturaled here. Yeah, I won't say. This game in some ways feels high roll, and in other ways, like this is not align at all. And I mean, this is TFT at its best. I think getting put into weird spots here and saying like, what do I actually want to do in this spot? Also, I do want to say this was low roll. I beat the other two players. I would be 4-streak here, but I rotate into this guy who has Warpath, Skarner 2. This fight's honestly not even that, like, I almost beat this guy. I mean, you know, a few more seconds, maybe just something else. I don't really know what else I could have possibly hit here. I don't know, Shyvana 2, and maybe I win this fight, which, you know, feels bad that we end up losing that, but all good. We don't get our win streak here, but it's okay. But yeah, I mean, at this point, we're really just trying to figure out the line. I think at this point, yeah, I did team planner out the Jhin and the Elise here, saying, okay, maybe this is just going to be a Bastion Elise game. Seems a bit weird. We get our orbs here. I'm praying for a Poppy. I don't get it. But if you look over to the left, you do see that I got something else pretty interesting, which is a duplicator. And we do also get the Ziggs plus Aphelios, which actually puts us into an amazing spot. We can dupe the Poppy. We don't have to roll it all. We have Poppy 3 now. We can level for 3 Cyberboss here, play, you know, this board so we get Techie in as well. And then we can just play for Poppy as our main tank. We can make her the Cyberboss here. We can make the Bramble Vest with the Declaw and then make the Shojin for the Ziggs. And we have a Poppy 3 on our board and playing 3 Cyberboss at 3-1. This is almost a Cyberboss setup, except, you know, obviously it's not the traditional Cyberboss when you're playing for Veigar 3 because we have we have 1 Veigar at this point. So yeah. Then 3-2, I think this is probably the single best augment we could get in the entire game here. I mean, it's an easy forward thinking in this spot because our board is so strong already. We had a lot of gold that we're kind of putting in the bag of forward thinking, which, I mean, doesn't feel great to lose that gold for now. But the big thing is we have a very stable board at 3-2. We don't even really care about pushing level 6 here. Our level 5 is perfectly strong enough in this spot. So we can just sit on this board, be very happy with it. And I think the total gold that we get from this is like 130, something like that, which means that we can actually use all of this tempo, the fact that we are, you know, not going to actually take a ton of losses at this stage. Maybe we're going to lose some fights, but overall we're gonna win some and lose some. We can use this tempo and all the extra gold to actually just go straight up fast 9 in this spot. I mean, we beat Gooba's board here. Gooba has I want to say Mordekaiser, but Mundo. It's the other M unit, the Mundo 3, but we still end up winning that, which is fantastic here. Also, I was holding these Shakos, denied the Shaco reroll player, but he ends up hitting Shaco 3 anyway, so I mean, no harm, no foul, I guess. But yeah, I mean, we can continue to sit on this board. I will say this fight is a bit scary because we rotate into the Shaco and he immediately blinks to the dummy and then just goes on my back line. But I mean, it's a triple item Shaco with mittens and our 3 stars of Poppy. Like, you're just not winning this fight. I mean, yeah, I don't think that fight's Poppy's fault, but okay. Into carousel here, I really am just happy to make an item slam in this spot, and I was thinking either red buff or Shiv. Red buff gets taken, so we just grab the Shiv here, get some MR shred. I mean, it's fine because we, you know, Poppy's also doing actually a good amount of magic damage on this board, and you know, it's a 3rd item for Ziggs. Eventually, we can move it over later. So yeah, I think this is very solid. We sell the Elise here, just obviously to make gold, and if we lose a fight, it's actually fine to sell the Galio here because we're tanking the Poppy, right? It doesn't really matter that much if we have, you know, like Galio 2 at this point, and then once we get to the point where we're actually rolling, we're just going to find Galio 2 regardless. So, I mean, there's no need to hold on to these Galios if we lose this fight. I think we win this fight. Yeah, we rotate into Cypher player here. So we win this. This guy's a bit scary, actually. 242 stacks on the Cypher, so he's getting stacked up. But, I mean, we're making 20 gold. We're 83 HP. You just want to be healthy when you take this augment. I see this shop here, and I think I get a little bit baited by the brand here because I mean, I think this is actually a really good kind of like learning moment in TFT and, you know, like thinking about it more and having a player like Master Raptor. I mean, he's ranked 2 EONE. He's very good. Just yapping in my ear, being like, who cares about this brand? Just made me think about it more and realize, yeah, actually, who does care about this brand? Because we're going fast 9 in this spot. We have our item holder right here. Like, I was kind of thinking like, well, what if I hit brand 2? But when am I going to hit brand 2? Because I'm not going to roll on 8. There's no need to. I have all of this gold and all of this HP. I mean, even if I lose the next 3 fights going into 4-5, which is when I would actually end up leveling to 9, I mean, what? I'll be like 40 HP, worst case. I mean, that's totally fine. So no need to actually hold the brand. And this allows us to make gold. We sell off the Galio. We get an orb with a bunch of gold in it. Honestly, Raptor was like, this is high roll. And I was like, no, honestly, this is low roll. Like, I don't need all this gold in this spot. And then we get our last few items at this spot. So we have to figure out what we are actually building here currently. Raptor floated JG. I don't love JG in this spot because it kills our heal cut, but I also don't love straight up making a Morello from here. The reasoning being we could actually have a third item for Poppy here and just Redemption. So end up this round actually just slamming the Redemption and then not slamming anything else, which I do think is the correct play here. And then honestly, like the long-term play here is Redemption TG is the kind of dream here. We're also, we know that we're going to be playing for 5 cost, stuff like Renekton, stuff like Koboko, stuff like Garen. All these units would be great holders of TG, so the TG, it's going to have a good home when we get to level 9. But yep, we lose this fight. Just a tiny 3-unit loss, which is fantastic for us. And you can see we get all this gold here. Also, little buddies here. Chef's kiss. I think Little Buddies is like perfect in the spot as well because we're always going to play the Jax, Poppy, and the Shyvana, and probably the Veigar as well. So it's so easy to get value out of Little Buddies here. Actually, I didn't even think about it, but this round, our Little Buddies value, we have 7 Little Buddies units, right? And then 1 unit, it just zigs getting 7 Little Buddies units on him. It's actually insane here. Yeah, we end up making the TG here, which, you know, obviously you just, I mean, you make it at this point, no need not to. Also notice that guy is Samira 2. You know what the even disgusting thing is? Like, I noticed this guy was Samira 2 on 8 with just 1 econ augment, and the Raptor was like, yeah, he also has a duplicator on bench. Like, huh? What? How is that allowed? He just found 3 Samiras on 8s? Like, whatever, it's fine. In any case, we take another loss here. These fights I start to get a little bit afraid because, like, I feel like our board should be, like, not amazing, obviously, but not so bad. And I'm getting a little bit afraid losing some of these fights. But I know, just be confident in the fact that we're going to level here. We are going to play for these 5 costs. Viego is kind of like a placeholder. Like, if I hit Viego, I'll play it. But, you know, like a random Viego too, maybe I'll play it. But, you know, definitely not the ideal. The ideal is definitely Renekton, Koboko, and Garen. Garen just so good on boards like these. Look at this econ, by the way. Pre-leveled up 50 gold here. I mean, it's beautiful. And we rotate into, this is Gooba again, right? I mean, this is a pretty good person to fight because he's only level 6. So we take, you know, a bad loss, quote unquote, but it's a 3-unit loss. So fantastic here. Stabilize on 42 HP, which is what it's all about. Koboko and Garen on Carousel. I'm like, oh, I'll take either. It feels so good here, but I don't get either. So just forced to take the Morello here onto the Nico, which is fine. But yep, this is the round that I need to roll. Just roll for everything I have in planner here, get 6 Bastion, and I kind of have to pivot my board a lot. It's a little bit of a tough turn to make here, but I find the Sedge, get this in, find the Renekton plus the Koboko, get this in. Yep, right there, skip a Ziggs because I didn't put Ziggs into my team planner, which, oopsie, yep, kind of blind to stuff that's not in team planner. So that's actually a pretty big mistake, but the upside is I hit the Koboko 2 here. Now, so I put items like this, and I mean, I think in hindsight, this was fine. It felt quite awkward in the moment. I'm pretty sure you have to, like, we were thinking of Morelloing the Koboko. I think Morelloing the Koboko makes a lot of sense. He spreads it really well. He uses the AP really well. He uses the HP really well. The problem is, like, I feel like I need to move this TG over to Koboko. I mean, it's pretty good right now. It's Morello plus Spark. And it's also just, for most of this stage, TG is going to be better than a single Morello onto the Koboko. So I kind of have to do this, which means I have to Morello the Sedge, which I don't hate in theory. In practice, I'm very afraid that exactly this is going to happen, where my Sedge is just going to straight up die before the Morello ends up proccing, and, you know, that feels really bad here. So that's really scary. This fight actually is very scary, but look at this Poppy, man. The 4 Cyberboss Poppy is actually a hero, does 5,000 damage, tanks up a bunch. Like, she actually saves the fight like a beast. So, I mean, hats off to the Poppy. She actually saved our life here. I think, yeah, I'm trying to make this, I mean, one, I roll down here. I feel like I need to pick up the Ziggs here, but I was trying to make the Koboko the big unit. Now that I think about it, I mean, I take the Koboko off and put him down, and I think it still ends up on Ziggs, the Cyberboss. I went on the Koboko. I wonder if that's just because I have a TG onto the Koboko. I wonder if TG just takes Prio here. Also, Raptor's like, by the way, we're in Treasure Dragon Armory, so you probably shouldn't spend all your gold. And I was like, but I need to find the Ziggs too. So I just end up selling the Garen pair there, buying the Sedge, and say, okay, this is a little bit of extra gold here. All right, so I really, ideally here, need like Renekton items. I need just some kind of good augment here. Gargoyle, just, I mean, pretty much untakeable in this comp. I mean, it's a tank item for Sedge, but you can't really take Gargoyle here. This actually, though, I do like quite a bit. Climb the ladder. I mean, the armor and Amar is not amazing, but the AD and AP is fine. This is a DB for Renekton and then an adaptive helm here. And I do get Bastion mod immediately, which is a big spike because that last fight was pretty scary. I'll be real. I took that last fight. I was 40 something HP. I got like actually 10-0'd after I hit the entire board. And I was kind of like, wait, am I actually going to go like 8th this game after cooking up like a really, really cool line? And I mean, the answer is, I mean, if I'm VOD reviewing the game, I probably didn't go 8th, but I mean, you'll just have to continue to watch the game to see. But that Bastion, off of the God of the Net, I feel like this is really where the comp starts to hit its footing, where now we have Bastion and Koboko. It's so much armor MR onto this guy. I mean, it is, I mean, I've talked about this before, but units that are kind of like melee carries. I mean, Koboko's kind of funny because he's a melee carry and he's a bruiser, but they're not balanced around having this level of tankiness. This Koboko gets this giant shield and all this armor and MR on it, and he's just bonking the enemy backline, just destroying everything. Ziggs is doing good damage. I mean, it's just a free fight. I mean, it's just so chill here. The only thing is we do still need to find Renekton the second here. We cannot just go straight 9 here. We're 26 HP. So yeah, I mean, there's a real world here where we start taking some bad losses. I just want to make sure that we are not getting Sejuani on the Ziggs, and that's really about it. Just trying to swap and then have our Sejuani in the correct place. So Sejuani on the correct side and Ziggs on the incorrect, or I guess incorrect for them, but correct for us side. I have Sejuani hitting the Samira here. Honestly, it's probably better for it to hit the Jinx, as we will we'll see later on actually this game. But it's all good. We win that fight. Get another mod here. Techie mod is fantastic here. I mean, it's obviously neither of the other two. And then Techie mod onto Ziggs. He spreads it really well. We just need to roll down this round, and I'm going to roll down to like 10 gold and see if I can find Renekton. And then I find Renekton too. I mean, it's fantastic. We hit it on level 9. I mean, I think it's pretty reasonable here. But yeah, I mean, here you can see like the mod is on, well, I mean, yeah, the mod's on Ziggs, but the Cyberboss has just been on Ziggs this entire game. And I think I try to put it back onto Koboko here next round. Also, this Koboko, shout out to Lucky Gloves, without having Lucky Gloves. This Koboko has rolled like reasonable items every single fight, which is just so gross here. Item off carousel here. We're just looking for something for Renekton. I was immediately going to grab the BT. I'm honestly down to pull up a stats check here. And Raptor says just go for QSS. He says QSS is one of the best items on this Renekton unit. I mean, and it makes sense, right? He's an auto attack based carry. Like, it makes sense to go QSS on him. You know, good on auto attack based carries. And if you pull up, yeah, I mean, if you pull up just Renekton 2 with 3 items, BT, slight positive delta, Edge of, or Quicksilver minus 0.25. It says it's his best item statistically, basically, in the same realm as something like an Edge of Night or a Rapid Fire Emblem. And if you go to builds, you'll probably see it in the really good. I mean, yeah, it's not built that frequently, but when you build it, you know, BT, Sterex, QSS looks like one of the best builds here. So yeah, I mean, it looks very good. Similar idea, I guess, behind Edge of Night as well. Just giving him that attack speed to play with. And then good call. I probably, if I was playing my own game, wouldn't have done this, but move the Adaptive Helm over to the Renekton here, just to get him casting faster. He is a pretty high mana unit, and, you know, the resists are not half bad. We do get our Ziggs assassinated versus this board, this Shaco board, but doesn't really matter because how the heck is Shaco board going to kill my Koboko and my Renekton? We do finally roll some bad items on Koboko here. Blue buff Edge of Night is just, I mean, blue buff, he's a manaless unit. So, I mean, you don't really care about that, obviously. It at least gives a little bit of AP. And then Edge of Night, I mean, it's not actually that great just because, like, you don't really care about it. Actually, like, delays us getting the proc of him going into phase 2, which is actually kind of bad. But you can see the comp has hit its tempo here. We've locked in a top 4, 26 HP, and we're kind of coasting at this point. We don't really need to roll for Garantu. We have 0 items onto him. So honestly, our idea is we're just going to push the next level. We're just going to push level 10 at this point and spike the board. I think the 2 units that you could play here, one is just Garen. Garen's Bruiser onto the Koboko, and he is HP onto the rest of the board, so that's really big. Item-wise here, we just want something to Renekton, and it's Hextech Gunblade here, and then we can move the Adaptive back over to Sedge, so this is nice. And then the other thing that you could play around is just another Koboko. You could just like, ideally like 2 Koboko 2s on this board, which would be pretty good. But yep, just trying to dodge stuff here. We rotate into this guy, which, I mean, overall they have a good front line, but really not so much on the back line. Street Demon, I didn't even realize, okay, Street Demon Urgot, kind of wild here. But you can see, I mean, this Renekton unit, he's tanking up a ton of damage, doing a bunch of damage. I mean, he's just being a beast here. We win this fight, and all of a sudden, top 2 is locked in. We get, I mean, this mod's pretty, I mean, it has to be Bastion, obviously, and it just has to go into Garen. It's a little bit unfortunate. I wish we could do something better, you know, give something to Renekton. Honestly, if we had the opportunity to go Techie Renekton, I think you probably should go for it. We do finally get we level for the Gragas here. This is one of the last few fights, so I do think leveling here actually makes a lot of sense. And this fight, I actually get a little scared because our Koboko takes all this time. I mean, he's got great items, but he has to walk a mile to get to the backline, and he doesn't actually get a bunch of autos up, and we lose this fight, and I go, wait, I got a tuber this game, I gotta win it. And so we just gotta lock in and make sure our Sedge is the same side as that Jinx. Jinx pretty good because she is a scaling carry, and she has a lot of single target. And so she's actually pretty good into this board here. So I just want to make sure that I have my Sedge on top of the Jinx here. He's not swapping the Jinx, which makes it very easy for me to put the Sedge right there and have her walk up. I need her to ult on the same side as the Jinx, so I do put her just full on the right side here, and I mean, we stun the Jinx, and this fight gets so much better. Any ramping carry that you can stun with Sejuani is huge. Stuff like, I mean, the obvious example is Guinsoo carries. Stuff like Twisted Fate hitting that is huge. Item-wise off Carousel, I was looking at just Declaw for a Sedge item, but Raptor makes the call. The second Archangel here onto the Ziggs, which is really good idea. We can just move the Static Shiv over, throw that onto the Veigar here, and then go double Archangels here for the Giga Tanky board here. And yeah, I try to put this on the Koboko, but I think, now that I think about it, I think just TG just doesn't allow you to put it onto him. I think TG doesn't really count as 3 items. It counts like a little bit less than 3 items. But yep, just trying to make sure Sedge is on the same side. This guy is just kind of being chilling here, which I mean, I'm fine with. So if he's not going to swap, then I'm just going to put my Sedge on top of the Jinx, and it's going to be, whoops, all good here. And I mean, the Renekton's cleaning up, the Koboko's cleaning up. I got a little bit afraid towards the end of this fight, I will be real. But actually, yeah, this fight was really close. Like, this Raptor guy was like, oh, you win this fight easy, but like, I mean, let me slow down the end here, because he was almost doing like a Kai Watanabe fight call here, where, yeah, I mean, this fight, honestly, like, if you told me that he won that fight, I wouldn't have been that shocked. Like, that was literally like half a second off of him winning the fight. But it ends up being a dub here. And yeah, I mean, it was a really fun, I mean, to me, this is TFT at its best. This is just really fun flex TFT where you get, I mean, not flex in that like I completely pivoted ideas, but it's, nobody plays 6 Bastion, 4 Cyberboss, Poppy 3 into Fast 9 with forward thinking, but and little buddies with all these little buddies. How many little buddies we ended up with at the end of the game? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we could have actually played a, instead of Gragas Loki, it was like a Darius or something. Now that I think about it, but I mean, too late to do that. But I mean, just such a fun, cool flex game. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, Metafy, all my other stuff down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.